if my life is like the dust, ooh, that hides the glow of a rose, what good am I?
Nice to meet you too. What's going on, buddy?
Heaven only knows.
Hey, what's
This is the bad cuz over here. This is the good cuz. This was a big star here, basketball man. Listen, just say thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.
That's the Mill's daughter. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow.
Bend down, see, talk to the small people here. What's up? His Uncle Jimmy's ashes have been in storage for almost 10 years now, or longer. And he's just now being able to be put to rest. And it's a great thing that he be rested next to his sister.
Greetings. To some of you I say namaste. Namaste. The light in me, see the light in you. Their source, great spirit of the boundless universe, the infinite universe. We give thanks to you for the breath of life and the knowledge of the light, which lighteth every soul in existence. Today, we are here to pay tribute and give honor to one of our departed souls, but who is still very much alive and well on the other side. We are gathered here to give this tribute to Joan Davis Welch. She is the loving mother of Jamil, Kabera, and Akbar Davis. Grandmother of Veronica, David, Jamil, Elizabeth, Nasia, and Brianna. A brother, William Williams, a sister-in-law, niece and nephews. There's no greater love on earth than a mother's love. And mother's love is made of deep, deep devotion, sacrifice, and no doubt, great pain, which no man can deny. It is an endless, unselfish, and enduring, come what may, for nothing can stand in its way or destroy it. As we stand or as we sit here today, I recall the very last time I saw Mrs. Welch in the company of her daughter, Mary, just a few months ago. She was in a very playful mood, if we recall, and she was fun. It was very fun to see. She was a very strong lady. If any of you have ever shook her hand before, if any of you have ever embraced her, you would know exactly what I'm speaking of. She was very strong for a little lady. And that's the proof of little things, big things really come in little packages. And that was strong. It was very beautiful to see how strong she was. And that is one thing I'll never forget about her. Therefore, she leaves a good memory in my mind of someone who had a great spirit. And this is what I see in this day and time. I do not see one who has passed, but I see one who is very much alive and still with us. Because the energy of life continues. It never dissipates. It only changes from one state to the next. And so we continue, we move on. And so we are here to give thanks and gratitude for a life well lived, one that we should appreciate, one that we should honor, one that we should give thanks for. Because in shorty, she has fulfilled her duty to humanity. She has procreated. And for all of us who fulfill our duty, regardless to what comes forth, we teach and we give love. And the love that we teach to others, we hope that they too will share that love. And so today we come here to honor Mrs. Davis and to give love to Kabira and her family, her brother, knowing that all of them are our family. And we thank them for the blessing of inviting us to share in this day with her. And so we have gathered for this purpose, to celebrate her life and give thanks for a job well done. At this time, we would like to say a prayer, a short prayer from the Psalms of David. Psalm 91, it's verse 1 and 2. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Will say of the Sustainer, He is my refuge and my fortress, my Creator in whom I trust. With that being said, we would like to ask of anyone who may have anything to say, any words of kindness in reflection of Miss Davis, you can come.
I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, friends, family. Well, I came down here in February because my mom was sick and to care for her and stuff like that. I'm glad that I'm here, but I'm happy that she's no longer in pain. I was with her until the very end. There's nothing like family and being together, especially coming together for a moment like this. I know that she's watching over me, my family, my sister, and my brother, who is not here, but he's with us in spirit. That's about it. I really don't have much to say. She's a very beautiful person, strong. Even though she was suffering with dementia and sickness, there were times when she was surprising. She would always throw me kisses, kiss here and there when she was being bathed or while she was eating. And she would throw me off sometimes. Sometimes we'd wake up in the same room and I would kiss her, "Good morning, Mom." And there was one time I kissed her and I was walking out the door and she was like, "That's it?" She called me numerous names that I'm not going to mention. You all probably experienced, some of you all probably experienced that. But she was a very warm person, very caring. She loved people. She would never say no. And I know that mostly than anyone. So I just want to thank everyone.
This is for my brother Jamil. That's the eldest one. He said, "I wish I could be there, but unfortunately, wait a second. Okay, unfortunately, I'm unable to." He wanted to say something about the relationship he had with my mom, and a funny story came to his mind. He said that he always remembered my mother would call him boy all the time. That's what she did. She called him boy, she called me girl. He had to remind her. I guess she was in her, stages of Alzheimer's, and that's how she saw them. she saw us as her little kids. And he says it used to drive him crazy. Boy, come here. Boy, where you at? Hi, boy, give him your mother a kiss. Don't you love her? One day he came home from work about 10 years ago, and she called him over and said, hey, boy, come give your mother a kiss. And he said, Ma, I never liked when you called me boy. It always bothers me. She looked at him and smiled and said, how about nigga? And he just looked at her, started laughing. But that was our mom, loving and direct. And it was the person he said he would go to with his problems, which is true, no matter what time it was. He wants to say he misses his mom those times. It was hard to see my mother in the condition that she was in, and it hurt him so much. But he's glad that she's not suffering, and he will miss her forever. He wants to say to my mother that I love you and thanks for being the tough woman you were. I love you very much. You're first, as would always say, and that's Jamil. And I want to thank everybody for coming. You know, my mom, she was a strong woman. My mom was no joke. Took after her mother. And my grandmother, if you'd have met my grandmother, you'd think my mom was strong. My grandmother was even stronger. She didn't take no crap. Mom and dad was total opposites, and I took care of both of them. And it's funny because mom short, dad tall, dad dark, mom light. Dad cried all the time in his later years, you know, and he cried all the time. When he see me come, oh, my baby's here, oh, my baby. Cried all the time. My mom never shed a tear. I never seen my mom cry not one time, shed a tear. If you did something my mom didn't like for you to do, she hit you. The CNAs, they had to watch out because she had a strong right hook. So she didn't, you know, if you did, she wouldn't let you do nothing that hurt her. You know, if she didn't like what you did, she'd kick you. Don't do that. You know, but I'm glad she's not hurting anymore, you know, and she did right by her kids. She raised us, a single woman, raised 3, you know, and like my brother said, she never said no. If you needed something, my mom was there, you know. I never heard my mom say, I don't have it. I don't have it right now, I'm broke. You never heard her complain about her bills. You never heard her complain, period, you know. And my mom, she was an awesome mother. You know, you can't ask for more. And this is not a sad time. This is a rejoiceful time. You know, and things happen the way it's supposed to happen. And I can't stress that no more. It happens. I had just wrote my son a letter Saturday I was writing. I take 2 days to write letters. I was writing my son a letter. And, you know, he gets out in February. For those know, my son's been locked up for a while. He gets out in February. And I told him, write your plan down of what you want to do. You need a plan. You need a 3-month plan, 6-month, 9-month, 12-month plan. And you got to stick to that plan of what you want to do. And you can't say, I want to do everything. You got to make it specific because you got to stay on the straight and narrow. And I told him I'm about to get a bigger house. I'm looking for a bigger house right now. You know, the house is full, but it don't matter. We're going to make it work, right? The next day, Monday, I'm walking my dogs. I walk my dogs. We walk 3 miles every day. And I'm thinking, I always say a prayer. I say what I'm thankful for, and then I say what I want. And I said, I want a job. And I said, nah, Kabira, that job is going to come when it's supposed to come. Right? I get back home. So I said, don't worry, but it's going to come. Your hands are full right now. Get back home. My mom is up with my brother. They in the restroom, and my brother calls me over, and that's when we could see she was dwindling. Take her to the bed, and my mom passes away. I said, God, passed away. You know, unexpectedly. I'm planning on her being here February. I just wrote my son. So then I'm like, okay, and then I was thinking, I'm walking my dogs, I'll tell you this story too. And I said, you know, I gotta put my mom's going to respite. My brother's not supposed to be here on the 20th. Thanksgiving is coming. I gotta remember to call respite care to see if they got a place for my mother to be, because they said call them in the week of the 20th. And I'll take my mother to respite, then I'll bring her back Thanksgiving so, you know, we can eat together. I don't care if she don't eat or not. I'm going to cook Thanksgiving dinner, and me and my mom going to sit down and have Thanksgiving, regardless who is there. And I guess my mom heard that, because my mom didn't want to eat. She refused to eat. The only one that can get her to eat was Akbar. They can get her to eat and drink, but my mom did not want to eat. And I guess she heard that and said, you a lie. Because when I got back home, about an hour later, my mom was gone. I guess she said, y'all ain't feeding me. I done told y'all I don't want to eat, I don't want to drink, y'all not feeding me, and she passed away. So things happen when they supposed to happen. The next day, Tuesday, walking my dogs again. Same prayer, same thank you, I'm thankful. And I said, man, what happened to that job? I get back home, and they call me and say, Kabira, we need your TB skin test, and can you start orientation? I said, what time is orientation? 10:30. I said, let's see, it's 9 o'clock. I'll be there. And I started orientation.
Amen.
So, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, so this is not to say my mom lived her life. You know, now it's our turn. You know, but I want to thank y'all for coming. And that's all I got to say.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
I'm from the short, dark side. Didn't get the basketball skills. But anyway, he said everything happens for a reason. Man plans and God laughs. But we don't know what God has in store for us. What's the next step? What we do know is that we need to just trust and depend. And it was so. This was my parents are in assisted living place or community, and I was going to go see my parents, and they said, "Don't bring your grandson. Don't bring my grandson. He's going to get sick." Oh, people. And I said, "No, I have to bring." This all ties in. I gotta bring my grandson. They was adamant, no, and my uncle didn't. Everybody was against me. I said, no, there's a reason for this. I wanted his great grandson to be given a blessing, whether my father could verbalize it or not. I wanted him to touch him. I wanted to pass down that blessing, which is anointing, which flows. You don't have to say anything. And on the way up, we stopped and saw my aunt, his great aunt. See, so man plans, God laughs. I didn't know why I had to bring my grandson up. I just know I thought I had a plan. But we needed to touch the family. This one thing that came to me. We need to touch the family of unity. Right. And this to me brings it all in line for me. Great grandson, great aunt, and I was able to touch. And as soon as I got back from Maryland, I get a call from Kabira, then my aunt passed. So, no, I'm not sad. And I have one funny story of a recent thing that I thought was funny. She was in care, and Akbar was telling me, "Ma'am, she don't understand nothing, man. She can't say, she can't verbalize, she can't say anything." I said, Akbar, be careful, man. He said, "Nah, man, I know." I said, "Man, don't say anything around now. She could. No, she can't." I said, "Watch." I said, I walked over to her bedside. I said, "Aunt Joan, do you mind if I put my hands around Akbar's neck and choke him till he drops?" And she said, "No." I said, "I told you, Akbar." Isn't that right, Akbar? Right. But I just want to say, family, I love you all regardless of what I have done or didn't do, omission or commission. I love you regardless, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And I heard so much today But one thing stands out, two things stands out. It's a song say, anointing fall on me. And this is what I wish for the family today, the anointing to fall on us. And something else that Kabira said when her mama was in a stage of autism, a word that the negative force tries to bring to us. But in the midst of that, I don't know if you all heard that she still remembered. Boy, girl, she remembered all of that. So I'm understanding through all of this, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. And I understand it enough to realize that God can do more than we can ever imagine, than we can ever dream of. You know, and there's some scriptures that says eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor entered the heart of man the things that God has for us. And my thing is today is that I know they all trust and believe. I know they all understand who God is. And it's just a wonderful thing to be in this family, understanding that this is a celebration, a great, great celebration, because life is just beginning for her.
Hi everybody, my name is Helene Dream, a friend of the family. I've known Kabira for a long time, 20 years or more. And I like to say that I met her mother. Her mother's always been friendly and strong, and she always have compliments. Hi, beautiful. I love you. And even when she was going through her stages of Alzheimer's, I remember we went up to look at a house. Kabira took her, we all went rode together. She liked, sat there, play with me. She wanted me, so we chilled in the car together. And when we got up there, we was walking through the grass, so we had to walk. It was like this. And she got to a point, she said, "This some country shit." Kabira was like, what did she just say? She said, and I was like, she always said what she meant.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's true now.
I had a little cut on my toe. I was sitting next to her. She said, that's ugly. She didn't say much at all. She either said, if it was beautiful, she said it was beautiful. If she didn't like, I liked that she might have not known my name or nothing, but she always knew. She made me feel good because she let me know I was all right. She didn't mind me coming to visit her, and she called you beautiful, and she just was full of compliments. And I'm glad she gave birth to Kabira and her brother. So Kabira's gonna be, because she's a woman, of course, she's gonna be like her mom. I see she's strong. You taught Kabira to be strong, because her mom is strong. So I just was happy to see all sides of her.
The secret of death, how shall you know or find it, unless you seek it in the heart of life? For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. That's it.
That morning, when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. You know that I'll fly away. Oh, glory, I'll fly away. In the morning when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. from prison bars has flown. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away. Oh, glory. I'll fly away. Oh, in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. Just a few more weary days and
We say that with love. See, you know how Uncle Jimmy was now. Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy.
All right, yeah. I'll do this. Speak from your heart.
Wishing God's blessings that He will take, and He's already taken the soul of our beloved grandma.
Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. Glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. Sing, I'll fly away, oh, glory, I'll fly away, when I die.